This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6 o'clock Tuesday. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts. Good to be with everyone this morning. And it's good to have a second outside. Did you notice a little bit of a difference?
It did seem so, yes.
A little cooler, a little less humid. I know I opened up the sunroof this morning.
Did you?
There's hope. I see the light at the end of the tunnel for the heat and humidity to give us a break. We are going to check in with forecaster Wendy Ross this morning with first alert weather. Am I right? Just a couple of degrees better?
Have I been saying this all morning, Ray?
Yes,
have
you
I
have.
been saying it all morning? I've been saying it just feels a titch cooler.
Just a little
bit drier out there. A little fall-like, dare I say fall? Oh my goodness. Well, at any rate, we are looking at some very nice conditions out there right now. If you're just stepping out the door, you don't have to worry about rain. We just have a little bit of cloud cover, but we're not looking at the rain showers at this hour. Temperatures are in the 70s. It's the dew point at 69 degrees that is helping to make it feel so much nicer out there. And the winds are coming in out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. They're beginning to pick up and ramp up just a little bit, but the rain is staying away from us. At this time, we're expecting to see just a couple of stray showers that may come on throughout the day. We've only got a 40% chance of rain in our forecast. We're not looking at anything too heavy to develop across the region. So as you head out the door, just enjoy the day. Enjoy that titch of coolness.
Will do. Thank you, Wendy. Checking first alert traffic now in Manatee County. Little build up there up in Memphis, actually, in northern Manatee County. Ever been to Memphis before?
I have not.
All right, let's check farther south down to Sarasota County. You'll see on Fruitville Road in the westbound lane, little slowdown there as you approach Beneva. Also Bee Ridge as you leave the interstate toward Honore. And South County map will show us nothing much, a couple of blips there at 41 northbound as you head toward Nokomis. 6:02 right now.
Our top story this hour, we continue to learn more about the shooter who unleashed a barrage of bullets into the massive crowd at a Las Vegas country music concert.
He's a retiree. He was a millionaire and described as an avid gambler as well. Those who knew him say there were no red flags. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest.
In prayer and through tears, the victims honored overnight.
It's okay to mourn those you love.
28-year-old Afghanistan Navy vet Chris Roybal, Hannah Allers, a mother of 3, a Las Vegas police officer.
One of my officers was off duty attending the concert and lost his life.
Special education teacher Santa Casey and the 55 others mercilessly killed at a country music festival Sunday night. The murderer, 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, breaking the windows of his room on the 32nd floor at the Mandalay Bay Hotel along the famed Las Vegas Strip, shooting into the crowd of 22,000 people below before killing himself.
We've got the room secure. We've got one suspect down, multiple firearms.
Those nearly 24 firearms found in the room included, according to a source, an assault rifle modified to fire like an automatic machine gun. 19 more firearms and ammunition also found at his home in Mesquite, Nevada. Neighbors and his brother dumbfounded.
Steve had nothing to do with any political organization, religious organization. No white supremacists, nothing.
Police say several pieces of media were also found in the hotel room, including, a source says, a video camera. Investigators hoping that evidence could offer some insight into the motive for the massacre that left more than 500 people injured.
I was carrying, whether they were dead or alive, as many people as I possibly could.
And now the ongoing outpouring of love from this community. People waiting in line for hours to donate blood.
And people from across the country have already donated more than $2 million to help the survivors and the victims' families. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Las Vegas.
And after mass shootings like Las Vegas, support for stricter gun laws spikes in the United States, but then that interest usually wanes. A Pew Research study conducted this spring found that 83% of Americans say gun violence is a big problem in the U.S., but a divide is seen when Americans consider the constitutional right to bear arms. Pew found that almost half, 47%, said there would be less mass shootings if it were harder to legally obtain a gun. The White House dismissed questions about stricter gun laws as too political following the tragedy. Still, many Democrats are encouraging lawmaker colleagues to take action.
In the midst of the tragedy, people continue to line up to donate blood in Las Vegas. Look at that line. There were long lines outside of blood centers all day yesterday, and more are expected later on this morning. Las Vegas' sheriff made a public call for blood donations during a brief meeting yesterday. He urged anyone with the ability to donate blood to do so in order to help the shooting victims.
And a Suncoast blood bank is trying to help fill that critical blood need in Las Vegas. One Blood employees reached out to the blood center in Vegas to let them know that they're ready to help. One Blood is in the process of preparing a shipment of blood and platelets to be sent to Vegas as soon as possible. The center is encouraging anyone eligible to make a donation. As a reminder, you must be 16 years old to donate and weigh at least 110 pounds. Because of the back-to-back hurricanes, lots of people have been donating blood more often lately. You do have to wait 8 weeks between blood donations. However, platelet donors may give once a week. President Trump is set to make his first visit to Puerto Rico today, 2 weeks after Hurricane Maria devastated that U.S. territory.
Serena Marshall has this preview of what he'll face there.
Nearly 2 weeks after Hurricane Maria battered Puerto Rico, President Trump will be arriving to this, an island where 95% of people still without power, more than 88% without cell service, gas lines in the capital stretching for blocks. In this town, just an hour away, homes remain flooded as FEMA tries to unclog the drains, unsure if bodies lie in the murky waters.
We're doing disaster survivor assistance right now. That's like the main mission.
More than 13,000 troops and civilians now working together to hand out more than 1 million meals and 2 million liters of water. But the mayor of San Juan says more help is needed.
We have no food, we have no water.
Her pleas after President Trump unleashed a Twitter tirade over the weekend, writing, they want everything to be done for them when it should be a community effort. Asked about those comments, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said that will not be the focus of the president's visit.
I expect the focus to be on the recovery efforts, which we're fully committed to.
As the president arrives later this morning, he remains steadfast. The federal response has been, quote, amazing.
We are going to be seeing all of the first responders, the military, FEMA, and frankly, most importantly, we're going to be seeing the people of Puerto Rico.
It's unclear if President Trump will travel outside of San Juan, the capital city, during his time in Puerto Rico. Some Democrats already calling this President Trump's Katrina moment. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, federal authorities are now warning that some Puerto Ricans could go as long as 10 months without power. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said it is considering all options to restore power in Puerto Rico, including solar power systems. They're also working to stabilize a dam to stop it from causing floods. That threat forced nearby residents out of the area on Friday. Puerto Rico's governor said 70,000 people are at risk.
3 infants with special health conditions from Puerto Rico have been brought to South Florida for medical treatment. The infants and their families were brought to Nicholas Children's Hospital in Miami. The babies were born with congenital heart defects right before the deadly storm, and because of the lack of power on the island, the babies needed to evacuate as soon as possible. Officials say they were able to bring them to Florida 48 hours after the hurricane.
We're getting phone calls saying there are babies in the hospital here are going to die. You have to get down here. Our transport team and our administration were able to coordinate super high-risk flights out of Miami, 1,000 miles to Puerto Rico.
Hospital officials say the 3 babies spent at least 20 total hours in surgery, and they'll still need more treatment and surgeries as they get older and healthier. But the families say they are grateful for the Florida doctors.
Governor Rick Scott is taking steps to help Puerto Rican families displaced by Maria. He declared a state of emergency in all Florida counties just yesterday to provide important resources to the families who were impacted. The governor is also opening disaster relief centers tomorrow. The centers will open at the Orlando Airport, Miami Airport, and the Port of Miami. The governor says those who leave Puerto Rico and come to Florida will have access to any state resources they need. Also, that includes nearly 40 state colleges and universities will waive out-of-state tuition and fees for students from Puerto Rico displaced by the storm.
U.S. Navy officials are confirming 2 people are dead after a military plane crash in southeastern Tennessee Sunday. The Navy says a flight instructor and a student pilot were training when the jet did not return to the station. It crashed in Tellico Plains, which is about 45 minutes away from Knoxville. The names of the victims are being withheld until family members are notified. The crash in the Cherokee National Forest left a debris field a half-mile long.
O.J. Simpson plans to stay in Las Vegas, the city where he was convicted of kidnapping and armed robbery. Simpson spent the past 9 years inside a Nevada prison. He was released early Sunday morning. Nevada's Division of Parole and Probation says that Simpson submitted a parole plan which includes a home in Las Vegas. It was originally thought he was going to move close to friends in the St. Petersburg, Florida area.
Good news for Florida drivers this morning. We will likely continue to see prices drop at the pump. Gas prices peaked at $2.73 on September 14th due to hurricanes Harvey and Irma. Since then, they've been steadily going down. In fact, prices have declined for the past 17 days, although it only totals 11 cents, but we'll take it. Gas prices in Florida averaged around $2.62 a gallon on Sunday. AAA says we can expect another 5 to 10 cent drop this week. Nice to have some good news out there.
Yes, very nice.
I shall wait to fill up. I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
I love that idea.
And more good news from you.
Oh my gosh, yes, we just have a little bit of dryness out there.
It makes a difference.
And it makes a huge difference. I noticed it yesterday. I'm noticing it this morning. But we still have temperatures close to 90. So don't give yourselves any ideas.
Don't get the sweaters out yet.
No, I wouldn't grab a sweater yet. Not at all.
All right, thanks, Wendy. Also, first, learn traffic on the way, and we're also learning more about the victims of that tragic Las Vegas shooting.
We'll tell you how communities are coming together to remember those lives gone too soon. Stay with us.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
$40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it's something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
We we have just partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy weather across parts of our viewing area, and we're starting to see a few more clouds developing off the east coast of Florida, and all of this is going to be affecting us over the next couple of days as we start to see more and more opportunities for rain. But today is not going to be one of them. We're only looking for a 30 to 40% chance of rain for later on today, and our dew points are lower across central and northern Florida. And as a result of that, it feels a little bit drier as you walk outside this morning. And you're going to feel it when you go pick up the paper, or you go take your dog for a walk, or you go and check out your mail. And you're going to notice that it feels a little bit more comfortable as you're walking outside. And that's because the dew points are mostly in the 60s. And so this is going to help to keep us feeling more comfortable today. Our actual temperature is 74 degrees, and the dew point at the airport is 69 degrees, but the humidity is still up there at 85%, and right now the winds are coming in out of the northeast at around 8 miles per hour. So far they have not been very strong, but later on today we're expecting to see those winds coming in at 15 miles per hour and gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. We have some cloudy weather around, but again, it's not producing any rain for us on this coast. The showers are mostly on the east coast of Florida. You can see them over here, and they're going to try to make their way over here throughout the day, and we still have that opportunity for some showers to develop, but that'll take place a little bit later on. And as you'll notice, where there's just nothing going on along the west coast, so things are very quiet as you're heading out the door this morning. You don't have to worry about the rain to hamper your commute anywhere. One of the areas that we've been watching, though, is this area around the Yucatan Peninsula, and we have been seeing some cloudy weather here developing, and so as a result, there's the possibility that this system could move up towards the north and into the Gulf of Mexico. And as it does that, it's going to be an area that we're going to have to just continue to watch over the next couple of days. Things seem to be dissipating a little bit right now, but that's just an area that we have been watching, and there has been some thoughts that there could be an opportunity for development over the next couple of days. In the meantime, we're also watching the swirl here coming on through, and this could also help to bring about some showers for us towards the latter part of the week. We could start to see a better chance for rain back in our forecast. 50 to 60% chances are going to be felt Friday through the weekend. And we do have small craft advisories in effect for the rest of the day. Winds are going to be coming in out of the east at 15 to 20 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop out on the bay and inland waters. The Gulf water temperature 84 degrees, so it's cooling down. The actual temperature at the beaches today could be about 85 degrees with some rain showers around. And today's forecast, we're calling for a high of 89 degrees. We've got breezy conditions, a 40% chance of rain. Those winds will be coming in out of the east-northeast at around 15 miles per hour, and they're going to be gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. And this is what it looks like over the next several days. Again, we've got rain coming back in the forecast, especially strong on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with our rain chances back up to 50 to 60%.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Taking a look at First Alert traffic, we're off to a pretty quiet start on the roadways this morning. Some building volume there on State Road 64, right around the interstate. Also 301 southbound coming out of Bradenton, starting to see some volume. It's quiet in Sarasota. No problems down I-75 or 41, and things moving well east to west across Bee Ridge, Fruitville, and Clark roads, and things looking good in South County this morning as well. It is 6:19, and vigils are already being held across the country to mourn the victims of the Las Vegas massacre.
This as detectives still search for a motive. Omar Jimenez has details.
Popular landmarks across the world have gone dark to honor the victims of a deadly attack. But in Las Vegas, candles shine bright against the night sky. The lights represent love for the lives lost during a country concert. Among the dead, Rachel Parker, a records technician for a California police department.
She was a true professional and just a truly nice person.
Sonny Melton was a registered nurse from Tennessee who died protecting his wife.
He went out protecting Heather. That shows his true self. In his last moments of life, he was protecting other people like he would do every day.
Angie Gomez graduated high school 2 years ago. The cheerleader was involved in choir and loved to act. 20-year-old Bailey Schweitzer was with her mom when she was shot and killed.
Had a heart for people. Bailey was there for everybody.
Jennifer Irvine was a San Diego attorney, passionate about helping people. Rhonda LaRoque was a Massachusetts mom who loved country music. Nisha Tonks had 3 boys. Her company says she brought joy and laughter to the workplace. Jenny Parks, a mother of 2, was a California kindergarten teacher. Susan Smith was a 53-year-old mother and office manager for a California elementary school.
Susan's been with us a long time. She was wonderful, very well loved.
Sandra Casey taught special ed for a California middle school.
We lost a person today who will not be replaced. She's in the hearts forever.
In Las Vegas, I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
6:20 right now, still ahead after another mass shooting. There's new increasing concern for law enforcement.
We'll take a look at the vulnerability behind so-called soft targets. But first, we're taking a live picture from Las Vegas, where we are seeing a much calmer and quieter start to the day on the Las Vegas Strip. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right? Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy. I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
This is a live picture of a very quiet neighborhood right now in Nokomis, where there was a shooting late last night on Kenwood Avenue. Detectives have yet to release a lot of details as everyone involved is accounted for. So we'll hear more about this investigation later on this morning. Again, Kenwood Avenue, Nokomis, the scene last night of a shooting of some sort. Details later on here on ABC 7.
We'll continue to follow that. It is 6:24, and so-called soft targets are becoming a bigger concern for authorities after yesterday's mass shooting in Las Vegas.
ABC's Diane Macedo explains.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a closer look at soft targets, what security experts say is being done to make you safer.
It's very difficult to protect
sporting events and entertainment venues. The whole point of these facilities is to be open and accessible to the public, to bring in as many people from the public as they can. And by its very nature, it's hard to secure.
Sunday's massacre was a game changer, with authorities now having to police the sky, too. So expect to see more helicopters and drones.
They can stay up for a long time, and they can get a good view of what's going on. They will probably start putting people up on the roofs to see if anything suspicious is going on. The use of drones may be used, maybe even helicopters in larger venue areas.
And coming up at 7 a.m., full live team coverage of the shooting. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Every day, people are fighting type 2 diabetes with fitness, food, and the pill that starts with F. Farxiga, along with diet and exercise, helps lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, lowering A1C by up to 1.2 points.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. If you experience symptoms of a serious allergic reaction such as rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking and seek medical help right away. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Tell your doctor right away if you have blood or red color in your urine or pain while you urinate. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast infections in women and men, serious urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, and kidney problems. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have signs of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Ask your doctor about the pill that starts with F and visit Farxiga.com for savings. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
No, that's a... Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the search continues for 2 missing teenagers in Sarasota County. We'll tell you where deputies think they may be this morning.
Plus, the cost of covering a hurricane. We'll tell you about the huge discrepancy between Sarasota and Manatee County when it comes to feeding their respective workers.
And major upgrades are on the way for Selby Gardens. We'll tell you what they're planning. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back on a Tuesday morning. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And I'm Ray Collins. Today we've got a treat. Wendy Ross and the three of us, 100 years experience in one studio.
100 at least. I don't know if I wanted to add that up.
Sorry about that. Nice to have you here, Wendy.
Well, it does feel like 100 years. You're right, Ray.
Not just you, the three of us combined.
Especially at this hour, especially.
Exactly.
We are feeling a little bit drier this morning. Our dew points are a little lower, and so that's helping to add some comfort to our region. And we're looking at temperatures in the mid-70s for the most part, with cloudy to partly cloudy skies, just depending on where you happen to be. Winds are coming in out of the northeast, and they're not strong right now, but throughout the day we are expecting to see them on the strong side. Throughout other areas across the region, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the low to mid 70s, fair to partly cloudy skies, as I mentioned, and we are experiencing the opportunity for some rain showers to develop a little bit later on. A 40% chance of rain is in the forecast. Temperature highs will climb back up to very close to 90 degrees, but the winds are going to be something you're really going to notice. We're expecting those winds to come in out of the east-northeast, around 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20 miles per hour today. Stephanie.
Thank you, Wendy. Checking first alert traffic right now on this Tuesday morning. Some buildups there in the usual places. 301 southbound, State Road 70 in either direction. Let's check farther south now into Sarasota County. You'll notice a big blip there on the screen. 41 southbound along the Bayfront as you head from the Sailor and Nurse statue all the way down to the 301 apex there. Farther south, I see some issues there on 75 as you come off the 681 bypass. Otherwise, all clear at almost 6:32 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, the Las Vegas mass shooting massacre at the Mandalay Bay Hotel brings up new hotel security concerns.
A man in a high-rise hotel shooting down an open-air concert. How can security ever stop that? Our Rick Adams has local reaction.
Well, this horrible tragedy in Las Vegas is certainly what everybody's talking about. There are now two big questions being asked. Could this have been prevented, and will there be new security measures for the hotel and resort industry?
I think it would be very difficult to prevent something like that.
Curtis Andrews is general manager of the Siesta Key Beachside Villas. He has not only worked with big hotels, but he's also been a director of operations at the Olympic Village in Salt Lake City, working closely with security. Andrews says there could be some changes security-wise at events that stems from this deadly massacre in Las Vegas.
They will look much more closely at high points as it relates to a concert.
For many on the Suncoast who own hotels or resorts, they're not sure what changes will happen to hotel security because of this. The Beachside Villas already does have many security cameras, and they tell us they are always aware what's happening on their property.
Definitely making people alert, even from your housekeepers like we do. If something doesn't look right, report it. Front desk staff, anything like that you can do, go ahead and report it.
Michael Capello is visiting Siesta Key from New Jersey. He too believes there wasn't much action that could have been taken to stop this.
There's nothing that can be done about that. There's no way that you could take a guy that had no prior record and just suddenly start checking people's luggage.
And many folks we did speak with are pretty confident that this won't affect the hospitality and tourism industry, especially here on the Suncoast. Reporting from Siesta Key, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
New this morning, little is known about a shooting investigation wrapping up this morning in Nokomis. Deputies were initially called to a home in the 400 block of Kenwood Avenue around 11 o'clock last night. Everyone involved is accounted for at this hour, and authorities are telling us there is no immediate threat to the public. Sarasota County officials say they will release more information on the extent of the injuries from those involved as they wrap up the investigation.
Police in Sarasota looking for 2 missing teenagers who might be in danger. Gwyneth Dotson was last heard from at 9 o'clock yesterday morning when she texted her family that she was near 10th Street in Sarasota. They're concerned she might have been dealing with a medical emergency and has not been heard from since. Police say she could be with this boy, 14-year-old Tyler McKenna, who is also missing. If you happen to see these two, you're asked to call the Sarasota Police Department.
An update now on the high-profile trial involving a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy. Frank Bybee is charged with attempted murder. He's facing 20 felony charges for allegedly befriending an elderly woman, then stealing her money and trying to kill her, all while making it look like suicide. Last week, the alleged victim, 80-year-old Marcia Soul, recounted the night she says Bybee tried to kill her. A detective with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, James Clay, took the stand yesterday to explain Bybee's email and web history. The jury is expected to get this case by Friday.
Happening today, in fact, this morning, developers of the proposed Aqua by the Bay will once again pitch their major project to the Manatee County Commission. Carlos Baruf wants to build hundreds of condos on Sarasota Bay on El Conquistador Parkway. This project has been proposed for several years. Opponents are concerned, though, about the development's effect on the mangroves there. We'll have the latest on this meeting later today, right here on ABC 7.
The Venice Museum and Archives is now open once again. It was originally supposed to open last month, but heavy rainfall and flooding damaged the first floor. Fortunately, no exhibit artifacts were damaged thanks to a move upstairs. The crew will continue to house artifacts on the climate-controlled second floor until repairs can be made and exhibit installation resumes.
Selby Gardens plans to increase their green space by 50%. The project would also secure its scientific collection to protect it from future sea level rise. The institution provided a master plan yesterday to show how the garden can grow to become a better worldwide model for studies and new technology. But the Selby House, the Payne Mansion, the Carriage House, and Bayfront event space will all remain. The garden welcomes about 200,000 people each year to its property on Sarasota's Bayfront. The 10-year project has a cost of about $67 million.
The 2017 World Rowing Championships are over, and officials at Nathan Benderson Park are already getting ready for more events even later this week. The president of Sanka at Nathan Benderson Park says the rowing championships will play a huge role in booking upcoming events at Nathan Benderson, showing what the venue is capable of.
Obviously, this was televised, so people are becoming more aware of our park. It's not just Sarasota and Bradenton that saw the park. It's the entire state of Florida. It's the country. It's the whole world.
Coming up next May, one of Nathan Benderson's premier events, they will host the NCAA Women's Division 1, 2, and 3 rowing championships. Revenue is expected to exceed more than $25 million.
The Sarasota County School Board might decide tonight about an upcoming special election. Board members will vote on whether to approve a March date for a special election. Voters will then decide whether to approve and extend or say no to an ad valorem tax millage of $1 mil per year for 4 years. Voters have approved that referendum every 4 years since 2002. In fact, more than 75% of voters approved the last continuation of the millage back in 2014.
A financial follow-up from Hurricane Irma. The Manatee Emergency Operations Center spent $9,000 to feed their staff, but their counterparts in Sarasota reportedly spent $130,000. Taxpayers are concerned about that amount of spending in Sarasota County. Manatee worked with the Salvation Army and provided box-type meals, while Sarasota hired Madison's to cater the hurricane. Meals worked out to $26 a person in Sarasota County, and now Sarasota's top man explains that decision.
It's really about making sure that we can provide service, take care of our first responders who are taking care of our citizens so that we have a seamless response.
Manatee County Sherilyn Burris says FEMA will only reimburse, quote, reasonable and necessary expenses.
And a Sarasota clinic is celebrating its success after helping victims of Hurricane Irma in Immokalee, which is in southwest Florida. Universal Crescent Clinic decided to mobilize their services and bring free health checkups to those in Immokalee last weekend. The clinic says volunteers from Sarasota and Bradenton gave their expertise as well as money and food and clothes to over 200 patients. A local Walgreens also provided free flu shots. Volunteer physicians, nurses, and medical staff worked around the clock so they could ensure every patient was attended to. Nice turnout.
Absolutely, and there's been a lot of nice different things from credit card companies not charging fees for September, because I think there's just a big realization that a lot of people had so many other things on their mind last month that it's been hard to get the medical care, bills paid, everything.
I know.
A lot going on.
I know, and we've been getting notices in the mail. We're letting you slide
yes,
this time.
Exactly. We understand. September was rough.
I know. So
it really that's appreciated, I know, by everyone.
But today is not. Today, for our area, we are looking at some drier conditions. We've got fair to partly cloudy skies, to even some cloudy weather out there, but so far no rain.
All right.
Sounds good. And also coming up, we will check out First Alert traffic, and a music legend passes away.
More on the life and legacy of Gainesville's Tom Petty after this.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one. I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help.
Sometimes. We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service among non-contract wireless providers.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change. Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch to Consumer Cellular. And with our 30-day risk-free guarantee, it's easy. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
We've been watching the showers developing on the East Coast, but we don't have anything over here on the West Coast. So it's a drier start to our morning this morning, and the dew points are a little bit lower, so it feels a little bit better out there. But we are looking at a couple of these showers along the east coast of Florida, and they're starting to make their march over to the West Coast. So later on today, we're actually going to see about a 40% chance of rain in our forecast. So far, we don't have anything going on along the West Coast, so if you're heading out the door, you don't have to worry about any traffic issues related to weather. That simply is not going to be the case this morning. And what we are expecting for the next couple of days, you'll notice that it starts to get a little bit more damp out here across the southeastern part of the state, and that will help to bring about some more precipitation for us just in time for this upcoming weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday promise to offer a little bit more in the way of rainfall. We had been looking at an area down to our south here in the Yucatan Peninsula, but that now appears to have dissipated, so we're not concerned about that as much as we had been earlier this morning. And our dew points around the region across central and northern Florida are much lower, and as a result of that, they're in the 60s right now for most of us, and so it's feeling a little bit cooler out there, or a little bit drier is what it's feeling like, so it feels a little bit more comfortable as you're heading out the door. Right now, 74 degrees for us at the airport. It's cloudy, and we are looking at our dew points at 69 degrees, humidity at 85%. So far, the winds aren't too much of a problem. They're out of the northeast at around 8 miles per hour, but later on today, we can expect to see those winds gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Around the state right now, temperatures to our north are in the 60s. Gainesville still reporting 69 degrees, and we're in the mid-70s across central Florida. Down to the south, of course, they're in the 80s in Key West, and you can see across our region we range anywhere from 73 degrees in Venice all the way up to 77 degrees in Sebring, and we're getting a mixture of clear, partly cloudy to cloudy weather. It just depends on where you happen to be as to what you're experiencing. And you can see across our region to our north, we're looking at temperatures in Bradenton, Ellington Parish, 74 degrees. Lakewood Ranch is at 73. As we head on down to the south, temperatures mostly in the mid-70s as well, but nobody's experiencing any rain. But they're getting snow. Yes, they are. They're getting snow across the northwestern part of the country. You can see it starting to dive in over portions of Montana, and so we are looking at temperatures that are allowing this to happen. Take a look at Billings at 35 degrees right now. Across the southeastern part of the country, though, they're looking at fair skies as high pressure prevails, and so we're looking at readings in the 60s, some 50s across the middle Atlantic coastal states, and 40s across the northeast. So some places are definitely getting that fall feel out there. Small craft advisories are in effect for us today. Winds out of the east at 15 to 20 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet, a moderate chop out on the bay. And then we'll see temperatures that are going to be mostly in the mid-80s, with the opportunity for rain developing later on today at a 40% chance. This is what it looks like. 89 for our daytime high. Breezy conditions once again. And then as the day and the week progress, we are looking at lesser chances of rain for Wednesday, Thursday. We pick them right back up. That system across the southeastern part of our state will help to bring about some more rain just in time for the weekend. Stephanie?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. And time for your morning commute. First alert traffic looking good this morning. Building volume 301 northbound into Bradenton. Also a bit of a backup on State Road 70 heading east toward I-75, but things looking good on the expressway in Manatee County and all the way down into Sarasota County. All quiet across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark roads at this early hour. And in South County, we are not reporting any problems. In this hour's Health Smart, it is October, which means it's the start of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The annual campaign Work Raise Awareness to the disease throughout the country. According to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, when detected early, the 5-year relative survival rate is nearly 100%. Early detection includes doing monthly breast self-exams and scheduling regular clinical breast exams and mammograms. On the Suncoast, the Sarasota Police Department is going pink to show their support for the men and women fighting breast cancer, and to remember those who have passed away. Officers will voluntarily wear pink badges, pink ribbon pins, or pink shrouds throughout the month.
Entertainment news involves some sad news this morning. Weeks after his 40th anniversary tour, just weeks after, Tom Petty had a heart attack and later passed away. ABC's Maggie Rulli has this look back.
For more than 40 years, Tom Petty topped the charts with hit after hit, more than a dozen making top 40 and selling over 80 million albums during his lifetime. The rock superstar entertaining until the end, only recently wrapping up a 50-date tour with his band, the Heartbreakers. Born in 1950 in Gainesville, Florida, Petty says his father was both physically and verbally abusive. Music became his refuge. By the age of 17, music was Petty's life. Dropping out of school, a young Petty played in the band Mudcrutch. In '74, Petty moved to Los Angeles and formed a new band that put his name on marquees across the country, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. By '76, they'd released their first album, a mix of hard-edged rock and roll and pop, kicking off a decades-long run at the top of the charts.
Wonder what tomorrow will bring.
Soon, he began collaborating with other top artists, eventually creating the rock supergroup The Traveling Wilburys, with Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Roy Orbison, and Jeff Lynne from ELO. Their album in '88 went triple platinum, winning the Grammy for Best Rock Performance. Petty then went solo, a massive success, with hits like Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, and Runnin' on a Dream. The fame and success began to take a toll, and Petty developed a heroin addiction. But the rock icon continued to make music, both solo and with the Heartbreakers, all while working on his personal life. He recovered from his addiction, and along with the rest of the Heartbreakers, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tom Petty, known for his laid-back style and trademark laconic drawl, but also someone not afraid to fight record companies to keep record prices low. As Petty himself sang, "I won't back down." Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Unique sound. You know, he sounds so. And from Gainesville, people forget he's from Florida.
Yeah, Florida boy, and he spent a lot of his early years backing up the big stars until he was able to break through. But it's amazing that he was touring just weeks ago.
I know it.
So, unfortunate.
10 to 7 right now. Still ahead, we'll update the day's top local news headlines. And a nearly 80-year-old bridge in New York is now history.
We'll tell you about the demolition and what's coming as its replacement after this.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
We've been telling you all morning about the 2 teenagers missing in Sarasota. Tyler, McKenna, Gwyneth Dotson. We found out moments ago that they have been found. They are safe and back home. That, according to the Sarasota Police Department.
Some good news there at 6:54. Here are some of the other top stories we're following on the Suncoast today.
Developers in Manatee County will once again pitch Aqua by the Bay to the Manatee County Commission. The project would include hundreds of homes along Sarasota Bay.
Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a late-night shooting in a quiet neighborhood in Nokomis. You are looking at a live picture there. This happened on Kenwood Avenue just after 11 o'clock, and we're waiting for more details.
And trial resumes this morning for former Sarasota County Sheriff Deputy Frank Bybee. He is accused of attempted murder. The jury should get the case by Friday.
Taking a look at first alert traffic. Pretty quiet on the roadways. Building volume eastbound on State Road 70 headed toward the expressway. Busy on 301 there in the Ellenton area near I-75 as well. Sarasota County, things look pretty quiet. Starting to see things pick up on Bee Ridge, but no major delays. Both Fruitville and Clark look like good choices this morning. And I-75 in South County slowing down a bit at Jacaranda, but no accidents reported. Wendy?
We are looking at some very nice weather right now for us along the west coast of Florida. We've got a couple of showers along the east coast trying to make their way over here, and we do have a 40% chance of rain for later on this afternoon with our temperatures right back up to near 90 degrees.
Thank you, Wendy. Finally, the New Yorkers said goodbye to an iconic bridge with a bang. For 78 years, this bridge connected Brooklyn and Queens until yesterday. Watch this. Governor Cuomo led the countdown ahead of the demolition, and with a flip of a switch, 22 million pounds of steel came crashing down.
Wow.
Demolition made way for the next phase of a replacement bridge. The new bridge will feature 9 lanes of traffic and pedestrian walkway. Multi-billion-dollar project should be finished by the year 2020.
It's amazing how controlled that can be. Yes. And has to be. Not a lot of room for error there.
No Flip of a switch. Don't get too close. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've been across that bridge, so it's probably time to go.
Have
it was
you
time
really?
to go, it sounds like.
All right, we leave you now with a live picture of a very, looks like a very peaceful scene, but a lot going on there beneath the surface. The Las Vegas Strip, usually a place of so much fun right now, site of a national tragedy.
Yes, still a lot of questions to be answered as police continue the investigation and friends and family continue to mourn the lives lost. We will have updates throughout the day on ABC News, and we'll see you back here throughout the morning. Good Morning America's up next.